Hello. YG Gooner back again with a Gooner Diaries video. Hey, yo. Look, yo. There's a lot to cover this week. That's why I said, yeah, that like making these videos 5 minutes is going to be super hard because there's a lot to cover this week. I'm mainly, like, this is Gooner Diaries, you get me? So we're mainly focusing on Arsenal. But the first thing we need to do, man, like two people having great accolades at the same time is just crazy. But first of all, I've been saying, and like, this is like, y'all should know my stance right now on Arteta, you get me? So I'm gonna preface this like coming up segment on reason I want Arteta out, and I don't push. I'm like, Arteta out every time he, like, is because for me, I think he's proven he can win matches. I think he's proven that he can rebuild our team and get us to where we are. It's just he hasn't right now. Where we are at this current stage is we need to start winning stuff. Right? He's won an FA Cup. That's great. I think that's amazing. I think winning the FA Cup was great. It was amazing. He showed that he has because as a coach, if you're handed, like, think about it this way, yeah, right? How good are you as a cook if you're handed tools to cook a particular dish and they're not the correct tools that you think you need, but you're able to step into another man's kitchen and still produce goods or produce results or make the food taste good? Like, how good are you? You get what I'm trying to say? Now, for me, right now, where Arsenal are, not where Arteta is in his career, where Arsenal are. Those are two different things. Where Arteta is in his career is that he's still learning on the job. But we need somebody that can get us across the line and win cups. If he won an FA Cup last year, coming into this season, or even the League Cup, because we're in semi-final for League Cup, if we won that, yeah, I wouldn't be Arteta out. But at this particular point in time, he's lost my trust. I don't think he can win the big things. If he wins the League Cup come February, I don't care anymore. I'm not talking about this anymore. That's the difference between me and, I would say, other Arteta routes. But again, I'm trying to stress, the main thing for me is that where Arsenal are right now, we need to be winning. I don't think Arteta has the minerals to do so. He has to prove it to me. And like, I'm not gonna be shouting it every single day or saying he did this wrong, he did this wrong, blah blah blah. Like, it is what it is. I know that the lengths. I know he's a good manager. I know he's a good coach, and I know he's capable of. Now, Arteta got 300 matches this past game week, which was West Ham. 2-0 to the Arsenal. Like, we totally dominated that game. Some Arsenal fans are saying that, like, oh, like, we didn't play that well, this and that. Like, West Ham did this, and like, look, West Ham's game plan was probably to get the draw, and we beat them 2-0. So I don't know, like, if your game plan is to come in and win, and you win 2-0, like, who cares? Like, it is what it is. There's so much to cover, so I'm just gonna speed that up. And so what I need to do is that I'm gonna do managers at their 300th game, and I want to show people like that, like, do they have the win percentages? Okay, so this is the win percentages for all of our managers. This is very important. One thing I would say, Arsene Wenger has so many games that having a win percentage at 57% is absolutely ridiculous. And win percentages factor in three different things: wins, draws, and losses. Now look at the percentage of wins he has. It's absolutely crazy. It's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. Then we go down to someone like that I rate, like George Graham. We will talk a little bit about that as well. Look at the draws in comparison to the wins. Yeah, I'm trying to say, look at the losses in comparison to everything else. It's very important when you're looking at win percentage and stuff like that, right? And it's crazy. He's like, obviously Wenger's played more games, but like, and then with this amount of games, like, for me personally, if we're gonna like do this as a weighted average or blah blah blah, the important thing for us to remember is that Wenger he's won numerous cups, right? That's the important thing to remember. So Arteta inners will be like, oh, he's got the best win percentage, but like, he's got one FA Cup. We've got to put that into consideration. He needs to win more cups. That's the thing with Arteta. I don't care about the gameplay or how he plays. I don't care about how he rotates players or his game management. I don't care about any of those any of those things in particular. If we win cups, that's the main thing. When you don't win cups, that's when you have to nitpick at everything, or you have to look at why, and then the man management comes into effect. The style of play, right? In particular games, because you can see from this win percentage, he knows how to win a game. That's never been the issue, right? People saying he's a shit manager. Shit managers don't do this, right? It's just disingenuous. He's a good manager. He's a good coach. It's just where Arsenal at. We need to win cups. Now, this gets me to our next talking point, which is George Graham. George Graham. Now, first of all, I'm going to highlight, that this guy, he played for Arsenal too, right? Man played for Arsenal as well, right? So he played for Arsenal, he plays for Villa, but it's weird, because this Arsenal-Chelsea thing, is so wild. You can see how he played for Chelsea first, then he played for Arsenal. It's actually hilarious. But how do you play for Arsenal, Chelsea, and United? That's wild. But anyways, let's get on to his coaching career. Millwall, fun fact, I was born Camberwell, I moved to Peckham, and I moved out of, I was born Peckham, I moved to Camberwell, moved out of Camberwell when I was 9 to Essex. Millwall, right, would be geographically my local team. Yeah, it would be my local team. Technically speaking, Arsenal would be also my local team, just based on where it was founded geographically. But Millwall would be my local team. You get me? I think they do have new ownership right now too. I'll have to take a look at that. Anyways, let's get back to George Graham. Okay, I do believe, before I start reading all this stuff, because I haven't read it, I believe he won our 2 only league cups. So that's Coca-Cola Cup, that's Cabrano Cup, the energy drink cup, you know what I'm trying to say? The Coca-Cola Cup, the Carling Cup. He won our 2 only. I think he did anyways. I think he's the one that won both of those. Both of them. And he won 2 FA Cups and he won 2 leagues. You get me? So he took over in 1986. So that's where people. So when people say that Arsenal play exciting and fast-paced football, that's an Arsene Wenger thing. But then when you look at how much matches Arsene Wenger had played for us, then you can kind of see why. You can be like, okay, yeah, that's an Arsenal thing with how much matches he's played. But George Graham's got 460. That's quite a bit, right? And Herbert Chapman's got 403. So this is 800. It's close. There's about 863 over here. You add Arteta's numbers, that's still only 963 compared to Arsene Wenger. So when people say that we play exciting and fast-paced football, that is a Wenger thing. Well, because he's played so much games for us, it's a huge chunk of our history. So he always incorporate that with us. The reason I'm talking about that, George Graham is the guy where it's 1-0 to the Arsenal, 1-0 to the Arsenal. That he's the one. He's the guy that did it. He's the guy that did it, right? He's the one that started it. You get what I'm trying to say? And so he won 2 FA Cups for us. 2 League Cups, I think 2 and 2 leagues. So 2. You got Desmond 2 over there. Wait, let me see over here. Do they have? Because when they do, okay, wait. 2 league titles here. Okay, 1 FA Cup and 2 league. Yeah, so he's the one. Yeah, and the Cup Winners' Cup. Okay. Oh, bro, there's so much to talk about, man. Okay, he won the Cup Winners' Cup for us as well. So for me, this is just me, yeah? When you talk about our most successful manager, it's not Wenger. It's George Graham. Right? Everyone says that Arsenal don't win anything in Europe, which is a lie. It's actually it's a lie. We don't win anything. It's like, oh, Arsenal have no European trophies. The Cup Winners' Cup is so important in football history. And these new age fans, especially Chelsea fans, come up with this narrative that Arsenal never won in Europe. And when Man United fans jump on that, I'm just like, bro, one of Fergie's big things is that in Aberdeen, he transferred the team and he won the Cup Winners' Cup with them versus Real Madrid. That's a huge thing for Man United. But then people say that Arsenal never, but we've won the Cup Winners' Cup. Do your research, do your history. Don't diminish the history of your club. Anyways, just like a couple of highlights for us. He's one that brought in. He's got Lee Dixon. Tony Adams was captain. This is the guy before Wenger, by the way. Steve Ball, Nigel Winterbottom were there before, and David Rocastle. If you don't know who David Rocastle is, do your history. Do your history. One of Ian Wright's best friends. Rest in peace, Rocky. Now, even I did want win percentage for Arsenal over here. Now, this is our league table right now. We're moving on to the present league table right now. 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Man City, Liverpool. That's gotta hurt. Rice has almost assists with 2. Gyökeres still only has 3 goals. Our current form is win, draw, win, loss. Well, it's actually the other way around, which is I don't know why they've got it. We lost, we won, we drew. It should be like that. Whatever. Right? Now, let's get on to the game. I talked a little bit about the game. I'm not going to touch too much about this game over here because I've already said what I had to say. But one thing I would say is that Odegaard did get injured. MCL, it should... I don't know how long his MCL is going to take, but MCL, I'm thinking about 8 weeks. 8 weeks, then he gets fitness. 8 weeks is a long time, but we do have Eze, we do have Nwaneri. My issue is that, like, for me, our left-hand side, I don't like Trossard, and I do not like, they've been playing well. Actually, more or less, Martinelli's been playing well. Trossard's been okay. I don't like our left wingers options. I would prefer Eze playing there and playing more like an inside or more as advanced playmaker winger, but that's neither here or there. But what I want us to do here is moving forward, international break, moving forward, Eze needs to get a little bit more chemistry with Gyökeres. Gyökeres is not playing. He's playing a 5 out of 10 right now. He hasn't fully incorporated himself in the team. I'm not going to start flaming him. I'm not going to start like criticizing him partially. But we brought him in to score goals. What he's doing currently right now, I think if Havertz was starting. Actually, no. Let me talk about this game. Because we're talking about Gyökeres. We're talking about this game and we're going to end it here. And a very important thing about this game is I want to highlight 2 shots. The shot that Eze had, the first one, the Gyökeres removes the defenders, so the 2 central midfielders are always like, fans won't notice this, some fans will notice this, but Gyökeres always has the 2 centre backs on him, which means that the space at the edge of the box and around the penalty area is always available and always free because of the threat of Gyökeres. The Eze miss, the first one that went skyrocketing up, is from a Saka pass that was going towards Gyökeres, right? Gyökeres tried to shoot, couldn't get the shot off, and then Eze got the shot afterwards. It's because they're so focused on Gyökeres and his physical presence is there, and that's different from Havertz. Havertz will drop deep, which will then add more pressure or add more defensive pressure onto our attacking 8s or inside that particular area. And that's what I want to leave y'all off with. I want to leave y'all off with the prospect that we're top of the league is only 1 point. Don't get ahead of yourselves. Celebrate each of these mini victories because at the end of the season, it'll feel more sweeter. Forget about the man that are telling you shouldn't celebrate because we haven't won anything. Be happy. Celebrate the moments. Don't get ahead of yourselves. That's it. It's that simple. As a Gooner, you got to celebrate the moments, but don't go too crazy. We ain't won nothing yet. When we like, it is what it is, bro. Like with this game, you sing a couple songs, you do a clap, and then you go home and you're happy. When you win the league, you pop out champagne. Both of them is celebrating. Both of them is being you happy, but you ain't bringing out no champagne for like a victory against West Ham, who we should be beating. But for some reason, this is the first time we beat them in 3 years at home. Yo, it's YEG Gooner. I've enjoyed this. You know how we do, baby. Peace.